Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Object 261. It's the Tier 10 Soviet SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Mountain Pass, and it's under the command of Sikabane Samaj of DHELL. Well, Sikabane Samaj is the commander of DHELL. It's his clan who started it, and he's got quite a few good players in it as well. Just recently, he featured on one of Steve Wolf's Guess the Win 8, and Steve failed to get it right. He obviously was fooled by the replay, and yes, Sikabane Samaj got the gold. He actually has a much better Win 8 than Steve thought. Okay, he's aiming for the pass, that little few rocks where the enemy seems to go in order to shoot at our guys from a distance from cover. Now at this moment he could actually switch and go to deal with that TL7, and yes, exactly what he's going to do. In fact, he's got a red line, so from the position he's in, he can't deal with that problem. He could actually deal with a sharp future 4 over near the bowl, but again, if he was to switch to that position, more than likely he'd find that somebody would turn up on this route, on the ice road. And the first comer turns up, and it's an E3. In fact, there's a Badger there too, so he wonders about going for the Badger, but changes his mind and goes to the E3 instead. Now, as you may know, Sikabane Samaj does actually feature in a lot of Tier 10 tank battles. He is a Tier 10 player. In fact, you could say that he is a very good player indeed. And we do have more than a few replays waiting to be done, and they will be done soon as I can get through the latest batch. Another direct hit, this time on the Badger. Now, the howitzer from this vehicle is an 18cm howitzer, capable of 800 alpha, 49mm of pin, 9.5 meters on the burst radius, between 11.5 and 29 seconds of stun. The vehicle, well, that was the 261 is based on the IS-7 hull. Quite a few tanks were based on the IS-7 hull, and of course the IS-7 didn't get put into mass production, and that's why the 261 was never produced. Does share similarities with some other tank destroyers, such as the Object 263, and in fact there were 3 versions of the Object 261, and this was one of them, the one that actually had the 18cm. 2 versions, numbers 1 and 2, actually had a 152mm gun instead. Okay, we seem to be doing okay at the moment. A lot of enemy tanks on the Western Pass, and I think he spotted that, so he's actually now lining up a shot. In fact, look at this number of targets. Well, going for the E5 first. Rounds out. Direct hit, 308. This is literally a smorgasbord of targets. You don't know which one to pick next. You can see the shell actually appeared to hit the turret ring. There's a big yellow stain there. That could be the impact point. Oh my god, well that was serendipity, because he fired at the E5, but he actually hit the E75, who's just a short distance away, and tracked him. Seems the E5 knew a shell was inbound and tried to relocate. Okay, oh, that Leopard, he's being very bold, rounds out. He got some splash off that one. Okay, the enemy is advancing. The Leopard, badly damaged. We did pick up 1,130 stun assists. So somebody got a very big shot into that guy. It's possibly the Jaegeru that did that. He's the only one with the Alpha capable of doing that sort of shot. Going for the E5 again. Guy's getting very unsettled, and that shot did hit the engine bay. He's now one-shot, that guy. If the shell lands and hits him anywhere on his vehicle, it could take him out. Okay, bit of a rescue bloom there. He's outside the field of fire. Field of fire for the Object 261 is very narrow. It's only 10 degrees. 5 degrees either side of the center line. So when you're looking at it, sometimes, ooh, yeah, sometimes you do get rescue bloom when you don't want it. That E75, very lucky because he moved just at the right moment to avoid the shell hitting the roof of his turret. In fact, they just lost the E75. The Jaeger finally got him. We're one down on the enemy. We were up, but now we're down. And in fact, there are some enemy tanks nearby, and they've just seen him. They've just seen Seeker Bane, Samash, and he's pulling back. But the enemy is also closer in terms of the fact that they're now at the bottom of the ice road. Almost turning the corner to come up this way. I would be inclined to actually go to the edge here, turn around and start shooting back at the guys on the bottom. But instead, the E77 did go down to our mouse. And we've only got an E75 down there and the TVP. Well, the E75's gone, the TVP's the only one down there now. And I presume because he's Bane Samaj's platoon mate, that he's actually screaming for help now to try and say, I need somebody to help stop these guys. You notice how they've changed the rock formations. You can only shoot enemy tanks that are actually coming over or directly alongside the cap area or near the cap area. If you want to shoot further down to the ice road, you really do need to actually go right to the edge and shoot back. Well, we lost Bumbar in the TVP T5051. He got wiped out. Rounds out. I think that may have been a fraction of a second too late. So it's 4 versus 6. Yep, this is going to be a real tough battle now. 430's taken up position. And he's managed to get into a spot. Oh, and unfortunately he got wiped out. Now we have got a shot on the Shure Future 4 if he decides to move up. The way they've altered the cap in the south spawn of Mountain Pass is to make it very difficult now for enemy or our tanks to defend it. And if you're at the top of the hill, again, it's very difficult for an Arty to actually help. Shure Future 4 in the cap area. We've got a green line. Lovely shot. Wipes out the Shure Future 4. He didn't see that he was being watched. His sixth sense was permanently lit, basically, so he didn't realise that there was somebody there. But it's 3 versus 4 now. The Mouse and the Emil on our team are both headed towards the enemy cap. Well, the Mouse is. The Emil looks like he might come back. So we're covering, presuming that either the E3 or the TVP T5051 are going to come. The TVP is actually now just across the way, and the Badger's across the way as well. So we can take out the TVP with just one shot. Yes! Good solid hit that. That means that they've only got the Badger, the E3, and of course their RT, the Batchat 155-58. Now we can get a shot on the E3. Oh, we got spotted, and it's the enemy Arty that's actually behind us. So we might as well take him out of the equation. Yep, he's tagged us. We can return the favour. Mind you, he is a multi-shot RT with a magazine, so we don't get really one chance. There he is. Auto aim on. Yeah, good shot. That's the 3rd kill. Bumbar managed to get 2 kills before he got wiped out. But now it's 2 versus 2, so it's changed a lot. We were at a serious disadvantage. Now it's an even score. But if you notice on the hit points, we've got a lot more than the enemy got, even though the fact is that Seeker Base Smash has taken damage. Okay, he's ready. There's the Badger. Unfortunately, we've got no shot because of the rock, so the mouse is probably going to have to do that himself, unless we go on the move. We'll take it easy down the slope. That's it. Now, we're capping, and the Badger hasn't done a reset yet, but he's more than likely... Yes, he does. Okay, so the Badger has got his reset. Probably used an HE round to do it. I'd cut straight across. Come up behind the Badger and blast him in the rear. Okay, he's changed the angle, but he's still got no shot. The Badger would have to come out quite a bit more. But he is a one-shot now. So if we can get one round... Oh, the mouse does it! And that saves the day! Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a second-class tanker for Seeker Base Smash of DHELL in the Object 261. He managed to get a bruised middle for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 11. He also got a Confederate, hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, despite the fact that he actually got 3 kills in that one. You have to scroll the page to see all the ones that he did. His win rate was 3,550, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see the highest damage in the game actually turned out to be the E77 on the enemy team, 4,698 hit points. Second highest damage actually was the TVP on the enemy team with 4,583, and the third highest damage was the TVP on our team, which was Bumbar, who managed to get 4,245 hit points of damage. When it came to Seeker Base Smash, he managed 2,532 hit points of damage. But despite the fact that he didn't get a huge amount of damage in this one, he was actually beaten by 4 members of the enemy team, 3 members of his own team, puts him in 8th place on damage. He did get a high number of kills, put him in second place, joint second place. I think the top scorer was the mouse on our team, who managed to get the final kill of the game. He got a steel wall and 4 kills. 3 kills went to Base Smash and to the T110E3 on the enemy team, and there's a whole bunch of tanks who managed to get 2 kills apiece, including Bumbar, who got 2, and 3 members of the enemy team. When it came to Base XP, he's actually down in 4th, is it 4th? No, 5th place. Why am I talking about that? 5th place when it came to Base XP. 842 went to Seeker Base Smash. The high scorer was the Object 430 with 1,043, 993 went to Bumbar, 907 went to the Emil 2, and then of course down in 5th, Seeker Base Smash. When it came to shots, he actually fired 12. This Arty only carries 20 rounds of ammunition, so you have to be careful you don't run out of ammo, because you can easily fire off all of them in the right map. But Mountain Pass is not one of those maps where it's possible to fire all your rounds. It can actually be very difficult because they keep changing the map around and altering it, making it more difficult for you to actually get easy shots on the enemy. 8 direct hits, 2 penetrations, 12 splash, damage of 2,532, of which 1,574 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see it was some close range shooting in this game, including the enemy Arty. 1 hit received, it was the enemy Arty, that was the splash from it. 1 enemy vehicle spotted, that was the enemy Arty as well. 9 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and he got 1,130 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. And he got 9 defense points when he reset the cap with that batch at 155.58 in it. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 10,558 credits. He also got 5 bonds, and he also picked up 2,526 experience points out of that one as well, including some free XP for completing a mission. 1,376 of that, very useful. So, yes, quite interesting to see Seeker Base Smash in a tank, in an Arty, rather than a tank, because normally we'll see him in tier 10 vehicles, but on this occasion he chose to do Arty to show that, yes, he can play either. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.